Once every 1,000 years, a shimmering light descends from the moon to choose a new guardian, a protector of dreams and the gentle creatures of the night. In a hidden, glowing valley named Lumora, magical beings lived in peace. There were wise, talking owls, fluffy moon rabbits, and tiny star spirits that flickered and danced like fireflies. For centuries, this cycle of guardianship kept the night safe and full of wonder. But one night, something different happened. A brilliant star streaked across the sky, falling faster and shining brighter than any before. It didn't land gently. It crashed near the edge of the valley with a soft, ethereal chime. The creatures of Lumora, their curiosity piqued, cautiously gathered around the crater. They expected to find a fallen star fragment, a piece of cosmic crystal. But what they found was far more astonishing. There, nestled in the soft, glowing earth, was not a star, but a child. She was unlike any child they had ever seen. A soft, lunar glow emanated from her skin, and her eyes, wide with innocent wonder, shone with the color of pure silver. Luma, the oldest and wisest of the owls, adjusted his spectacles. "She's not from our world," he hooted softly, his voice a mixture of awe and concern. Pip, a brave little moon rabbit with twitching ears, hopped closer. But she fell with the moonlight. "Maybe the moon itself sent her to us," the other creatures murmured in agreement. "It felt right. She was a gift from the night sky. They decided to raise her as one of their own, to care for this mysterious, glowing child. They named her Selene, a name whispered on the wind, a name that means goddess of the moon." And as soon as they spoke her name, a strange thing happened. Every star in the vast, dark sky above Lumora seemed to twinkle just a little bit brighter, as if they were all looking down, watching over their lost little piece of moonlight. Selene grew up surrounded by pure magic and unconditional love. The Valley of Lumora was her playground and her classroom. She learned the secret language of the stars, listening to their ancient, whispered stories. She discovered she had a gift for soothing the restless dreams of the other creatures, her gentle presence a balm against any nightmare. Under the watchful eye of the moon, she practiced the gentle magic of the valley, taught to her by the wise and ancient deer whose antlers were adorned with glowing moss. Elda would guide her, her voice as calm as a still forest pond. "The magic of the moon is not for fighting, little Selene," she would say. "It is not a weapon to wield against others. Its true purpose is for protecting hearts, for mending what is broken, and for lighting the way in darkness." Selene would smile, her long hair shimmering like spun silver threads in the moonlight. She felt the moon's power humming inside her, a gentle energy growing stronger with each passing year. It was a part of her, as natural as breathing. But she never understood why she was chosen, why this incredible power lived within her. Then, one fateful night, the unthinkable happened. The moon, their source of light and life, began to disappear. It wasn't a normal eclipse. It was being swallowed by a creeping, unnatural darkness. The air grew bitingly cold, and a shadow fell over Lumora. From this oppressive gloom, an ancient creature of legend arose, the Eater of Light. Its form was made of pure shadow, its voice a guttural growl that seemed to absorb all sound. "The night shall be mine," Umbra bellowed, its voice echoing with cold ambition. "No more dreams. No more stars. Only eternal, silent darkness." As its influence spread, the forest turned frigid and lifeless. The stars in the sky flickered and died out, one by one. A palpable fear, cold and sharp, crept through the heart of every creature in Lumora. Pip the rabbit scampered to Selene's side, his body trembling. "Selene, what are we going to do? The light is gone." Selene, too, was afraid. Her hands shook, but deep within her, she felt a pull, a desperate call. I don't know," she whispered, her silver eyes fixed on the blackened moon. "But I can feel it. The moon is calling for me." Driven by an instinct she couldn't explain, Selene raced to the highest point in the valley, the Crystal Hill. It was a sacred place, a peak made of giant, quartz-like crystals that were said to channel the moon's energy directly to the earth. It was the only place left that might still hold a connection to the lost moonlight. As she stood atop the hill, with the chilling darkness of Umbra closing in around her, Selene closed her eyes and reached out, not with her hands, but with her heart. She raised her arms to the void where the moon once was. In the silence, a soft, powerful voice echoed, not in her ears, but in her soul. You are the guardian, Selene. You have always been the guardian. Let your heart shine. At that moment, a shimmering silver crescent mark bloomed on her forehead, glowing with intense, pure light. An incredible power surged through her. Light, brilliant and beautiful, burst from her hands, painting the dark sky with waves of liquid silver. Umbra recoiled, hissing. You cannot stop the darkness. Selene's fear was gone, replaced by a calm certainty. Her voice rang out, clear and strong. I don't have to stop it, she declared. I'll light it up instead. Her magic, born of the moon and nurtured by love, spread through the valley. It touched every faded star spirit, and they awoke, blazing back to life. It filled every frightened creature, and they rose, their courage restored. The light surged upwards, a magnificent pillar of silver, and shattered the shadow that held the moon captive. The eclipse broke, and the moon shone free, more brilliant than ever before, bathing the world in its gentle glow. The night had returned to life. When the first rays of dawn touched the valley, Lumora shone with a radiance it had never known. The crystals on the hill, the dewdrops on the leaves, everything glittered with a renewed, magical light. The creatures of the valley gathered around Selene, their eyes filled with gratitude and awe. Elda, the wise deer, stepped forward and bowed her head. The moon chose well, she said, her voice full of pride. You are now the guardian of moonlight. Selene looked at her friends, her family, and then up at the morning sky, where the moon still faintly lingered. She smiled, a true, heartfelt smile. I will protect the night, she vowed, so that every dream, everywhere, can shine. And from that day forward, she kept her promise. Lumora was safe forever. And sometimes, when children on Earth would look up at the full moon, they might catch a glimpse of a faint, silvery glow pulsing at its heart, the unmistakable sign of Selene, the guardian who watches over the night, ensuring that even in the darkest of times, there will always be a light to guide the way. Thank you so much for joining us on this magical journey. If you loved Selene's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. See you next time!